All right, guys. So we're going to start your 2021 internet marketing plan, how to maximize your lead flow in the new year. My name is John Henao from Ewiser. So we're just going to go through each step, and this webinar is going to show you how to be prepared for the following year. So let's begin. So what are we going to cover in this webinar? We're going to cover setting goals for 2021 and how many leads to hit for your target. The other thing that we're going to speak about is the 3 fundamentals of marketing success. Number 3 is how to optimize your website for conversion in 2021 and beyond. The big picture of all the online marketing channels you should be tapping into to maximize your lead flow online. So that's number 4. Number 5 is we're going to also speak about the latest trends that you need to focus on in 2021. There's so many things in 2021. There's so many avenues that your law firm can go into. And the most important thing is to dial in on the activities that are going to move you forward. And the last thing is, which is the most important, is to make sure that you develop a custom action plan based on where you are now and what you need to do now. So, if you don't have an action plan, it's just not going to work. So it's very important that you have an action plan. So I'm going to ask you to please, this is, I need your attention, please, is to make sure that you turn off your cell phones, turn off your Facebook, just take away all the distractions. If you have a dog near you, if you have a cat, whatever it is, make sure that you just put them away and just focus for the next 60 minutes. So if you're a law firm and you're serious about getting better results in 2021, the next 60 minutes will help maximize your efforts. So let's begin. So before we get started, I want to share a little bit about Ewiser. Ewiser has been around for more than 15 years, and we started out as a traditional digital marketing agency where we did direct mail. We did a bunch of traditional marketing. And the last 6 or 7 years, we've evolved into a more digital marketing business. So we are number 1 in Miami with 100 plus 5 Google reviews, 100 plus reviews in Google. We are also part of the Better Business Bureau, and we're also Google certified. So just wanted to share that. We take a lot of pride when we get a lot of Google reviews because we really take pride in our work. So our mission as a team is to help law firms get more clients by improving their brand image and delivering a wow experience online. So we have a great team. We have a great team members that are behind us, behind me, and this is our mission. Like, we not only want to get you leads, but we also want to get you that brand recognition. You want to make sure that you're taking care of your brand and at the same time getting leads on a consistent basis. So before I keep on continuing, we're giving away this PDF for you. It's 10 keys to online marketing success. So this is like a checklist for lawyers. So if you're interested, go to ewiserlaw.com/checklist. And I highly recommend it. It's going to allow you to kind of dial in with everything that you need for you to succeed in digital marketing. So let's start with the question, guys. What's the hardest part? What's the hardest part about, about marketing your law firm online? What's the hardest part? So I'm kind of leave you guys just asking. All right, so I have Jill saying that she doesn't know if she should do Facebook ads or PPC. So Facebook ads is more, people are hanging out in Facebook, right? So I believe you have to do both. If you have a smaller budget, then I recommend that you start with Facebook, run Facebook ads, and run more of a targeted audience. But remember, the people that are on Facebook are not necessarily looking to buy something. They're just hanging out. So you want to make sure that you're creating some type of ads that interrupt them. So I recommend doing both of them. So PPC, in other words, is pay-per-click campaigns, and there's people searching, your ideal client is searching for your service. So if you're a family law attorney and let's say someone is going through a divorce and they need help, most likely they're going to search on Google for an attorney, or they're going to ask someone for word of mouth. But not to say that Facebook is not going to work either, because they're going to be hanging out on Facebook. Their emotions are going to be down. They're going to be talking with their friends. And then your ad comes out, like as an attorney, where you can help them with their lawyer needs. So the question is, you need them both. But depending on your budget, you want to make sure that you're starting out with Facebook if you have a smaller budget. But if your budget allows you to, do both. Any other questions? All right, I'm going to move on. All right, so the next question is, you have to find out what your why is. So finding out your why is crucial in your law firm, because if you don't know why you want to grow your law firm, if there's no why behind it, then there's not going to be there's not going to be too much meaning behind it. So it's very important to dial in, why do I want to grow my law firm? So start with the why. And as you can see, there's so many options, unclear where to spend your budget. And I feel you. With digital marketing, there's Facebook ads, there's PPC, there's SEO. There's so many avenues that you can go, and you're saying, where can I spend my budget in? Where should I put my hard-earned dollars, in what avenue? So the question is, there's SEO, there's PPC, there's websites, social media, constant contact, Google ads, all these avenues, and you're saying, where should I go? And I understand that having a clear picture on where you're going is the most important thing. I believe you have to have a complete package where you're doing everything, and not just, okay, I'm just going to do Facebook ads, or I'm just going to do PPC. So having a clear picture of your law firm and say, you know what, I need to do all of these, because these are, it's just like if you jump in the car and you get on the highway, you could reach that destination going different avenues, right? But imagine if you could use all the avenues and reach the same outcome. So having a clear picture, it's important, and doing everything is important. So I totally understand that when you're investing in marketing, it's a big investment. It's a major investment in marketing. And it's really hard to decide, okay, should I invest on Facebook ads? Should I do PPC? Should I invest more on SEO and build my organic website? But in the end of the day, what you need to look at is, when you're investing your money, you want to make sure that you're getting an ROI, a return on investment. So sometimes we invest, right? And you're not seeing the profit. You're not seeing the ROI coming back. So I totally understand your pain with maybe dealing with other agencies in the past, where you've invested, a lot of money, and you haven't seen a return on investment on your ads, or even, on the marketing itself. So putting all this in perspective is, if you don't have a clear plan, you can overspend, or worse, underspend and underperform. So a lot of times we're thinking, man, how much should I be investing in digital marketing? How much? And sometimes we have the budget to invest the amount that we need, but sometimes we underspend. And that could be, that's a fail. You can fail in your marketing efforts. So the most important thing is to find that sweet spot. Most companies say it's either 5 to 10% of your gross revenue. So you have to find that sweet spot and make sure that you're not underspending either. So we're going to talk about the opportunity today. Having a clear plan with goals, targets, and KPIs, key performance indicators. You want to make sure that your plan has goals, targets, and KPIs. So generating enough leads to hit your target and keep your law firm growing. So that's what we want. In the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're generating enough leads for your law firm and causing your law firm to grow. Because a lot of times, what I've seen a lot of law firms is that they get very stagnant. They get stagnant or they get comfortable and they don't continue marketing. They don't continue marketing and growing their law firm. So you don't want that. And the way that you're going to do that is by having a goal. It's having those targets where you're constantly hitting them. All right. So having a great return on your investment is key. Okay. And sometimes, sometimes you think that having a return on investment is a dollar amount, but it's not necessarily a dollar amount. It can be also a social media return on investment, a social ROI. So when we're managing, if you have a company that's managing your social media, and let's say you started out with 100 followers, and after 1 year, now you have 1,000 followers, that's a social ROI. You're getting a return on investment in your social media. So you want to make sure that you're getting a ROI, not only in dollar amounts, right? Which, yes, that's the most important, but you're also getting that ROI in your branding. So both are important. So success, we all want success, right? We all want success in our law firms, whether you've had your law firm for a couple of years or you've had your law firm for 10 years, you want to make sure that you're maximizing your lead flow and you want to hit your sales goal for 2021. So having that clear expectation and having that mindset that you want to be successful is important. So let's begin with number one, okay? Let's set clear goals, okay? It sounds elementary, right? but there's a lot of people that don't set goals, right? And even when you start getting comfortable, if you're hitting your mark and you're not setting goals, you might be missing out. So number one, make sure that you're setting your goals for next year. So what are your goals for 2021? Have you thought about how much growth do you want for 2021? I mean, we just had a terrible 2020. It was a very rough 2020 for some of you, and we had to adapt. And for some of you, you guys were growing. For others, you stayed the same. For others, you went backwards. So now for 2021 you want to make sure that now for 2021, things are going to be different. So you want to make sure that you're setting goals. There's a quote by Brian Tracy. He's one of my favorite. And he says, success is goals, all else is commentary. So you've heard a lot of friends say, yeah, I want to lose weight for next year, or I want to accomplish this. But if you're not writing them down, all else is commentary. You're not going to do anything. So make sure that you're writing your goals for 2021. This is a perfect analogy, right? When you're in a sailboat, if you've been in a sailboat, having clear goals, it's like wind in your sails. I mean, I'm sure if you guys have ever been in a sailboat and there's no wind, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck, in the ocean, and you're going to get bored, you're going to get tired, and you're not going to have no momentum moving forward. So having clear goals is like having wind in your sails. So there was a Harvard study, okay, in 1979. They interviewed, a lot of Harvard students. Give me a second to drink a little water. So they had a Harvard study and they interviewed a lot of the graduating class of Harvard. And 84% had no specific goals. 13% had goals, but not written down. 3% had clear written goals and plans to accomplish them. And you know what the result was? The 13% of the class who had goals were earning on average twice as much as the 84% who had no goals at all. Even more staggering, the 3% who had clear written goals were earning on average 10 times as much as the other 97% put together. So it's clear that when you write your goals, you're going to accomplish them. It's proven. So what are your goals for 2021? What are your revenue? What's your revenue target? How much is that, in monthly, like what is that in a monthly breakdown? What is your average case value? How many cases will that require? So you divide monthly target by average case value. So this is something that you can do very basic, put your target, your revenue target, how much is that monthly? And then what is your average case value? And then how many cases will that require? So if you break down your goals and micro goals, you're going to understand what you need to hit every single month. So what is your goal for 2021? And how many leads or potential cases will you need monthly to get there? Write that down. What are your goals for 2021? And how many leads or potential cases will you need monthly to get there? So in our agency, we have a sales and retention tracking sheet. And for me, that's the most important. Every single month, I look at my sales and retention tracking sheet, and I understand that I need X amount of meetings or Zoom calls and X amount, in order to close my 30%. Okay, so you want to make sure you're setting your goals and knowing how many you need in order to reach your annual revenue. So we're going to talk about the fundamentals. As you can see, this is like a triangle. We're going to, speak about the message, which is the what, the media, the how, and the market, the who. So the first one is update your marketing message. That's the one that I'm going to speak to. Update your marketing message. Who is your ideal customer? It sounds elementary, but you need to find out who is your ideal customer in your law firm. If you're a family law attorney, a bankruptcy attorney, even if you're a business here and you're hearing, you have an ideal customer. Who is your ideal customer avatar? So what are their pains and frustrations, their fears and implications, their goals and desires? What are their dreams and aspirations? The more you know your customer avatar, the closer you're going to know your target market. I mean, it's common sense, right? So who is your ideal customer avatar? So once you figure out who your ideal customer avatar is, there's only a few things here. It's the fears and implications. You want to make sure that your marketing message is speaking to their fears. So what do most people think when they got to see an attorney? I'll be honest with you. When I went to see an attorney last year, I was fearful because I felt intimidated. Another one was I felt like maybe this attorney, not that he might rip me off, but I felt that he might overcharge me. So these are some fears and implications that are evident, is being ripped off or being overcharged, paying too much in attorney fees, having an attorney that doesn't hear them out. This is a huge one. Most customers, they just want you to hear them. If they're going through a nasty divorce, if they're going through financial trouble and they need a bankruptcy attorney, they just need you to hear them. That's it. There's a book that I read called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And one of the habits is seek first to understand, then to be understood. So make sure that your marketing message is driving to their emotion. So having an attorney that doesn't hear them out, fear of losing their possessions, that's another fear. So if you can put your marketing message, letting them know like, hey, if you file for bankruptcy or if you file a divorce, it's not going to be that bad. You're not going to lose all your possessions. Or maybe you might lose some possessions, but at least you're clear and letting them know that, hey, it's not what you think. So fear of losing their children, child custody, that's a huge one. Those are fears and implications. And then the goals. What is the outcome? What does that potential client want? So having the issues behind them. So this is their goals. Having a well-kept home, taking care of their family. Everybody wants more income, more money, more wealth. Everyone wants a nicer, luxurious house. They want more than anything, they want peace of mind, right? That's the last one in the list. They want peace of mind. So if you can craft your messaging with this, you're going to get better results in your marketing. Let's go to the next slide. So, this is like seek first to understand, then to be understood. If you can see Joe Jones through Joe Jones' eyes, then you can sell what Joe Jones buys. Very powerful, right? Seek first to understand, then to be understood. I'll say it again. Understanding their internal fears. So crafting your message is super important. Doing it the right way. So what is your message today? What is your message today? Why should someone choose to do business with your law firm or business versus the competition? So this is what they call your USP, your unique selling proposition. What makes you different? Why should I come to you? If you tell me, well, it's because we have the best prices in town, that's not being different. Maybe as a law firm, you want to communicate yourself as you're not an intimidating law firm. You're down to earth and you understand what they're going through. But your marketing message has to say that in everything. So making sure, why should someone choose to do business with your law firm? So right now as we speak, write down, why should someone choose to do business with your law firm? If you're here, if you want to say something in the chat, feel welcome to. The next question is, what benefits do you offer that your target customer avatar will resonate with? What are the benefits? I mean, are you, there's many benefits. I mean, I'm not going to say what your benefits are, but you want to make sure that you have the right benefits. For me, the biggest thing is when a lawyer hears me out. When they hear me out, when they're not intimidating, I resonate with that. So you want to make sure whatever resonates with you and your law firm, make sure that you put all the benefits of doing business with you. So make sure you write this down, take action, and you're going to see better results on your messaging. So what's your message once again? So remember, the message is the what, the media is the how, and then the market is the who. So now we're going to look at the media, okay? So before we looked at the message, now we're going to look at the media. Make sure that your hub converts. So what the heck is a hub? Well, the hub is the website. The website is the most important thing in your marketing. Okay, so make sure that your hub is converting visitors into customers or visitors into clients, and then eventually clients into cases, right? That's what we want. You want to make sure that your website's converting. So this is how it looks like. Your website is the hub. It's in the middle. So you have Facebook, so you can be running Facebook ads. You could be running YouTube ads. You can be running SEO on Google. You could be running email marketing. You could be running so many avenues, Facebook ads, PPC, YouTube ads. So make sure that your website is in the center, that everything is pointing back to the website. So when someone visits your website, the person is converting to a customer. So is your website set up to convert visitors to clients? So this is kind of like an analogy. It's not a website that we did. It's just like a dummy website, so you can have an idea. Usually our websites are a lot nicer than this, but this is an idea. You want to make sure that when someone lands in your website, you want to make sure that you have a call to action on the top. So as you can see, call us today for a free consultation, with the phone number, and then right below, schedule your free consultation. But right above the fold, you're going to see Experience Family Law Firm. So that phrase right there explains what the law firm does. So right below, it's going to explain what their value proposition is. And our goal is to help you and your family find a better future. So as you can see, we're tying in the internal fears that customers go through. If they're going through a divorce, they just want a better future. They want peace of mind. They want to make sure that they don't lose their child through a child custody. They want peace of mind and they want a better future. So make sure that you're putting the messaging on your website. So right here, this website is set up to convert. It's going to go in here, schedule your free consultation, and right away a pop-up is going to come up and they're going to fill out the form, and right away you're going to get that email sent to you. So is your website set up for conversion? Does it speak to your target avatar? So these are just a few bullets that I'm going to go over really quick. Does it speak to your target, to your target avatar? Does it address their fears and frustrations and speak to why they should choose you? Does it include video elements? This is important. Video is huge. If you could put video on your homepage somewhere and share some testimonials or share anything when it comes to video, it's huge. Video speaks more than words. So website, welcome video, videos for each of your services, video explaining why someone should contact you versus the competition. Does it showcase your online reviews somewhere on the homepage? This is huge. I mean, we have over 100 plus Google reviews, and you have no idea how many potential clients have visited us and they came to us because of the reviews. So putting those Google reviews or Facebook reviews on your homepage is huge. Does it make it easy for them to take action and get in contact with your law firm? So get to the basics in order. Put phone number in the top right-hand corner, and ensure that there's a web form that potential clients can fill out. Okay, and then add credibility with authority symbols like the Better Business Bureau, the BBB, American Bar Association. So any association that you're a part of, any accolades that you guys have won, put it on your website because it gives you that social proof. So are there calls to action on each page to speak to your customer avatar and tell them exactly what to do next? So this is huge right here, is when someone visits your website, it's like if someone visits your home, or let's say you have a friend that's visiting your home, there's always a plan. There's always a plan of action, whether you're going to invite your friend over to have lunch. So imagine if I went to your house and you were mute, you didn't say anything, right? I would say, okay, you open the door and say, hey, John, how are you? And then you don't say anything. And I'm like standing in front of your door and not knowing what to do. It would be awkward, right? It would feel awkward. So you want to make sure you're inviting that person in and directing him, like, hey, come here, let me show you my house, sit down, here's lunch, I prepared this nice pizza for you. So the same thing with the website. You want to make sure that there's a call to action, there's a purpose when someone visits your website. Okay, so the next one is, are you giving them the opportunity to engage via chat? This is great. Putting a chat feature, like a chat bot, on your homepage is huge too, because sometimes people just don't want to call. They just want to ask questions first, and then they'll call you. So having a chat, bot is very important. Are you leveraging marketing automation and SMS to maximize your lead conversion rates? This is huge. So whenever you're getting the leads, let's say that you're running a Facebook ads, you're running a PPC campaign, they fill out the opt-in form. What is that lead like? What's happening to that lead? Are they getting a follow-up text message? Are they getting a follow-up email? So make sure that you find some automation that's automating your campaigns. Because if you're just depending on getting leads, yeah, leads are good, but you can't follow up every single lead, right? If you're getting about, I don't know, 10 leads per week or 40 leads per month, there's no way. And that most clients are not going to say yes from the beginning. So you want to make sure that you have, some automation sequences that's backing you up when leads come in. Okay, so your website, pull your website right now. Is it built to convert, guys? Give me a yes and comment if you feel your website is converting. All right, so Gabriel's telling me that his website needs some tweaking. and needs to be better, better converted. And I get it. So make sure you're going back, Gabriel. Make sure that you're putting the right elements on your website so that when you have that prospect visiting your website, they know what to do. Because remember, when someone visits your website, they're going to look, in a Z format, and they're only going to be there for 5 or 6 seconds. So make sure that you have the right call to actions, the tab, you have the phone number on the top right-hand corner, and you're having those elements so that your website can convert, and you have the ability of that person so that they can fill out their information and give you a call. So what do you need to tweak? So that's the question you need to ask. Okay. So here's the problem, guys. 50 to 60% of inbound leads are unconverted. This is crazy. So that means even though that you're getting about 50 to 60% of inbound leads into your website, they're not converting. They're not becoming customers. 90% of web forms fail to convert. So that's a huge problem. Here's why. The reason why they're not converting is because leads that are not followed up within 15 minutes go cold. The average customer must be followed up with 5 to 7 times before booking. Today's consumer prefers to interact via text message versus phone call or email. So this is why. You want to make sure you have that automation, like I was telling you in the previous slides. You want to make sure you have that automation where when the lead comes in, the automation is kicking. The automation is sending that text message right away, and it says, hey, thank you for filling out the form, on our website. Someone is going to call you in the next 24 hours. And then right away, they get another email telling them, hey, I know that you filled out the form on the website. Someone is going to reach out. So making sure you're putting those little touches before you're warming up the lead. So here's the solution, and I already said the solution. Leverage marketing automation to follow up with web forms within the first 2 minutes of submission via phone, email, and text message. So make sure you're leveraging marketing automation, like I was saying, in the previous slide. Make sure that it's leveraging it. Automate the follow-up so that every prospect is touched 5 times and able to engage via two-way text messaging. So this makes every lead you generate more valuable, right, guys? I mean, give me a yes if this makes sense, right? Because if you're getting a ton of leads and you're not following up, it doesn't make sense. If you're not following up, you're losing those leads. Those leads are going to become cold. If you don't call them back within 24 hours, or let's say that you call them back within 24 hours, and you spoke to them and they said, hey, you know what? Let me think about it. Give me a call in 2 days, right? And then you call the other lead and the lead said something similar. Hey, call me back next week. So these leads are just getting piled up, and you're going to be, you're going to need to follow up on every single lead. But if you have automation behind all this, it's going to make it a lot easier, and your leads are going to become warmer. So it's important to make sure that every lead you generate now is more valuable because of the automation. So let's implement this in your law firm. Let's make sure that we're implementing this in your law firm. What 3 conversion elements will you implement on your website right now? Right now, I'm going to take 1 minute. What are the 3 conversion elements will you implement on your website right now? All right, Dana is saying that she wants to implement a pop-up form right above the fold. Okay, that's great. That's great. Anything else? Okay, yeah, adding a phone number on the top right. So yeah, having that phone number on the top right is crucial, because some prospects are not going to fill out that pop-up form. They're going to call you. They're going to call you from the top, because remember, when they visit a website, they scroll their eyes from left to right in a Z format. So if your phone number is not on the top, it's not going to work. Number three, if you want, I'll share it. I highly, highly recommend that you find some type of automation, some type of automation. There's a great platform called Infusionsoft. That's a great automation. There's, I'm forgetting the other one, but there's a few of them out there. Make sure that you're putting some type of automation, email automation, text message automation, where it's going to automate everything for you so that the lead becomes warmer. So the takeaways are, what did you learn? What did you notice? And what would you like to share? All right. I'm going to leave it here open. If you guys are quiet, then I'm just going to continue. All right. Gabriel said that his takeaway was to make sure that his phone number is evident and that he has the right form that's converting on the website, because having a beautiful website, it doesn't help, right? If you have a beautiful website and it's not converting. So yeah, Gabriel, that's so true. Having the right elements on your website, which having the right, the phone number in the top right, and having that web form is crucial, so that the person visiting your website, there's purpose behind it, right? So number 4, we're going to talk about knowing and tracking your KPIs, your key performance indicators. What are the indicators that are the most important in order to reach your goals? So far, we have spoken about clear goals and target for 2021. Clarity around your market, your message, and media. We spoke about the importance of having the right elements on your website, making sure that the marketing, the messaging is talking to their internal fears versus just putting, oh, we're the best lawyer in town or whatnot. So number 3 is we've made sure that our website is optimized for conversion. And number 4, we're going to talk right now, is setting up a simple KPI tracking dashboard. So you want to make sure that you're creating something on Excel. Like for us, we have a sales and retention tracking sheet, and we just go through the Excel and we know exactly how many leads we've closed, how many meetings we've done every month, and what our percentage is. So for us, our KPIs is, if we're not getting 10 appointments per month, we're only going to close 3. Like for every 10 appointments, we usually close 3. So if we only get 5, that means we're only going to close 1.5 or 1. So for us, a key performance indicators is we need to get strategy sessions. We need to get more appointments, right? So the same with you. You need to figure out what your KPIs are in your law firm. So what are the key trends for 2021? So these are the key trends for 2021, making sure that you're ready for this. Is you must have like an all-in perspective, becoming omnipresent on SEO, PPC, Facebook ads, local service ads, which is LCA, and social media. Making sure that you're omnipresent, because in a world that right now, in a digital world that we're in right now, everybody is getting distracted with their phone. I mean, the other day I went to eat, and I just looked around and everybody's on their phone. Everybody. I mean, I was sitting with my wife and everybody was on their phone. So they're getting distracted. So it's important that you become omnipresent through SEO, PPC, Facebook ads, everywhere. Number 2 is video, and more video. I believe that the power of video, there's power in video. When you put yourself out there every single time, people can understand, people can resonate more with you when they see you, when they watch you, right? If you're a law firm and you're a good law firm, why don't you educate the public on why they should come to you? If you're a family law attorney, educate them and speak to them to their internal fears. If they're going through issues, if you know that the typical client of yours is nervous because they're afraid they're going to lose their home or or they're going to lose their kids, why don't you create videos and educate them on that subject? So video, and more video is huge. Not only is video good for you to stand out as, as a market leader, but it also helps you for SEO. So you can put those videos on YouTube, you can put that YouTube link, put it on your website, and that's going to help you rank faster for your website. So not only does it help you in a positioning point, but it also helps you with your SEO. And number three, I already said it, becoming omnipresent. You want to make sure that you're coming out everywhere. You're coming out on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You're coming out through email marketing, through SEO. If someone is searching you online, you're coming out everywhere. And that just makes you stronger for 2021. So number 5 is, let's build your 2021 plan. Let's build it. So this is what we call the smart marketing engine for lawyers, right? So the smart marketing engine pretty much is, this is what you need. This is your plan for 2021, is having a website that converts, number 1. Number 2 is having a foundation when it comes to SEO, search engine optimization. This is more of a long-term strategy, right? You want to make sure that you're creating content on a continuous basis. You're creating blogs, you're putting yourself in different links too. So SEO is huge. Make sure that you're building on your on-page SEO, citation development, blogging, reputation management. So number 2 is huge. Number 3 is PPC. This is more of a short-term strategy, is pay-per-click campaign. So make sure that you find someone to help you, an agency where they're going to manage your PPC so that you're coming out on those search terms. And this is more of a short-term strategy to get leads right away. You can also do local service ads, local Google service ads, which I'm not going to get in depth with this. This is something new that came out for lawyers. They opened it for lawyers, where Google local service ads will only charge you when they send you the lead. So you can even tell them like, hey, I want to have $500, a month, or $1,000 spent on this platform. So Google will send you the leads, and they'll charge you only when they send you the leads. So it's a new service. Now you got to have an agency to help you set it up correctly. And there's a few tweaks that you need, but that's huge. You can do that as well. Number 4 is retargeting. Make sure that the visitors that are going to your website, that you're retargeting them. So that, I'm sure if you've ever gone to Amazon or to your favorite website, and you've been on that website for an hour or 5 minutes, and you go to another website, the ad follows you. You're like, hey, wait a minute, I wanted to buy those shoes, and now the ad pops up here on this website. So having a retargeting strategy is huge. So this is what's going to allow you to be omnipresent, being everywhere, right? Number 5 is make sure that you're coming out on all the directories, the paid online directories like Google My Business, Yelp. There's many lawyer-related directories like Avil, Find Law. So make sure that you're coming out in at least 30 or 40 directories with that. Number 6 is social media management. So you want to make sure that you have someone that's posting consistent every single day on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. And this is more of a long-term strategy. This is more to build social proof. And this helps also your organic reach on Google. And this is just going to help you have that social proof. Make sure that you're consistently posting every single day and just educating your ideal customer, okay? You could be posting about their internal fears like we spoke about in the previous slides. So that's huge. Also, email marketing. Make sure that you're collecting emails, right? And you're also sending education content through email marketing, every week. It doesn't have to be every day, but once a week. And number 7 is also a short-term strategy. This is running Facebook ads to your targeted audience. Make sure that you're targeting the right client, and you're just running Facebook ads consistently to them. There's many strategies you can do with Facebook ads. You can even grab your email list if you've had an email list, or even cell phone numbers, and you can put them in Facebook so that when those phone numbers or when those emails log into their Facebook page, your ad will pop up. So that's called a custom audience. You can also do what is called a lookalike audience too. So once you have the right audience on Facebook, you can tell Facebook to say, hey, I want to run a lookalike audience based on this list. So it'll create a lookalike audience as well. So that's important as well. There's other strategies you can do when it comes to Facebook ads. You can create a Facebook funnel. You can retarget people that are visiting your Facebook page, your Instagram page. But as you can see, guys, this is a holistic plan. This is what it takes to be omnipresent, to be everywhere. All right. So let's go back here. I'm going ahead too far. So this is a client case study that I wanted to share. This is one of our law firms, just to tell you a little bit about us. And as you can see, they spent $1,052.42, and the cost per click was $5.40. They had 195 clicks, and we generated them 24 leads, 24 potential cases. Now remember, those are potential cases, those are good leads. From that, like I said, the percentage could be 30% from that. So they were able to close 5 or 6 leads from this. Some have a better closing ratio that can bump up to 50%. That depends on how good you are in sales. But this is just a client success that we had. This was a family law attorney. So you want to make sure, in order to get a client case study, for this to work, as you can see, I shared a client case study. You want to make sure, like I said earlier, that your website is built to convert, that you're proactive on SEO, that your Google Maps is optimized to the fullest. You focus on online reviews and reputation, and you want to be strategic in your PPC and Facebook ads. So you want to make sure that you're running, like you said, for me, Facebook ads, you want to make sure that you're targeting the warmer audience and not just a cold audience. You can do both. You can do what is called a conversion ad to a cold audience. You can do that as well. But running them to your warm audience is a lot better. So if you have an email list already, if you have a lot of traffic going to your website, you can put what is called a Facebook pixel on your website. So when they go back to Facebook, you can retarget them. So you want to make sure that anything you're doing with Facebook ads, that you're focusing on the warm audience. It's going to work better for you to get more conversions. So social presence, make sure that the email marketing, you're sending email marketing once a week. And you want to make sure that everything is tracked. Precision tracking and measurement of the KPIs, key performance indicators, making sure, like, hey, are we meeting those goals? Are we meeting those meetings? Like for us, we need to get 10 strategy sessions per month. So how many leads do we need in order to get that? So the same with you. You want to make sure that, dialing in what do I need in order to reach my KPIs and measure that. This is another client case study where we were able to, they spent only $400 with us. And this is based on a monthly case study, right? Because once they start with us, they usually start smaller and then they scale to have a bigger budget. I mean, some attorneys start with $1,000, $2,000, but this is just a particular one that I can show you so you can see, even with a small budget, you can still get leads. So this one was, I believe, a bankruptcy attorney. So it was $400 or $399 spent. They had 115 clicks. So the cost per click was $3.47. Had 15 leads generated from this. And this was run through Facebook ads. So guys, I want to also share again, I shared it in the beginning. This is a checklist that we're giving away for free. It's the ultimate online marketing checklist for lawyers. And this is going to help you kind of dial in and set your goals. Download it. It's on ewiserlaw.com/checklist. So make sure that you're downloading this. This is free. You can just go to the link. and just download it. But most importantly, just don't download it and not do anything. Make sure that once you download it, you take action. You go through that list and take action. What gets measured gets done and improves. That's one of my mentors said. I mean, he always says that what gets measured gets done and improves. So make sure that you're setting your goals, you're doing everything, and just go through this checklist, download it, and it's going to be a guide for you, a good guide. All right, guys. So what are the top three internet marketing initiatives that you need to implement to hit your 2021 goal? Let me read that again. What are the top 3 internet marketing initiatives that you need to implement to hit your 2021 goals? Write them down right now. I'm going to give you a minute. What are the vehicles? What are the vehicles that you're going to use in order to reach your goals for 2021? Write them down. All right, Facebook ads, I see that. Facebook ads is, like I said, I believe in a more, of a holistic view, where not only doing Facebook ads, doing PPC, doing all paid strategy, but remember, paid strategy is good for the short term. But if you want to grow your agency long term, you want to make sure that you're investing in video, make sure that you're investing in social media, you're investing in SEO, search engine optimization, because you're depositing for the future so that eventually you have inbound leads coming in versus paying every single time. But you can have a paid strategy, that's okay, but make sure that you're balancing it out. Put your top 3 and make sure that you're focusing on these top 3. So like an example would be focusing on doing more video and being consistent in social media. That can be one strategy. It can be focusing on SEO. I recommend just putting the 3 things that are going to move the needle closer to your goals. So as the webinar finishes, you can just sit down and make sure, what are the 3 things that I need? So takeaways, what did you learn? What did you notice? What would you like to share? So this is what we've covered, guys, today. Setting goals for 2021, how many leads to hit your target. We also covered the 3 fundamentals of marketing success. We also covered how to optimize your website for conversion in 2021 and beyond. So it's not about just having a beautiful website. You want to make sure your website's converting and converting customers into clients so that eventually you get more cases, right? Number 4 is we also covered the big picture of all the online marketing channels you should be tapping into to maximize your lead flow online. So remember, it's about being omnipresent and just looking for those channels that you need to be in, which is Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, SEO. Make sure your website's converting. Make sure that you're coming out through Facebook ads, PPC, having that omnipresence mentality, right? Number 5 is the latest trends that you need to focus on in 2021. So I kind of got ahead of myself. The latest trends are that you want to make sure that you're being omnipresent in all these channels, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, on social media, on your website. You're making sure that you're coming out on Google. Make sure that you have some automation. When someone taps into your world, they're shooting out the text messaging, they're shooting out the email marketing. So the latest trends, very important. And number 6, which is the most important, is developing a custom action plan based on where you are now and where you want to go, right? So like my mentor says, what gets measured gets done and improves. That's it. It's simple. So make sure that you develop that custom action plan and just move forward. Download that list that I gave you, the ultimate checklist, so that that's somewhat of a guide where you could, once you're creating your goals, you have that guide that you can follow. So guys, that's it. We finished the webinar, and Like I said, our mission is to help law firms get more clients by improving their brand image and delivering a wow experience online. And if you are working with an agency and you're not happy with them, or if you don't have a digital marketing agency, I would love to get on a 15-minute strategy session with you with no commitment. You can go to go.ewiserlaw.com/strategy-session. I'm going to read it again. go.ewiserlaw.com/strategy-session. So guys, that's it. One thing that I leave you is if you take all this and you don't take it to action, then this whole webinar was wasted. So make sure you take action and crush 2021. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.